videos where I'm always rubbing my nose, right? I've just got allergies. It's bad. I take over-the-counter Allegra. You got 3 options, right? Allegra, Claritin, and Zyrtec. I originally was doing fine on Claritin, and then just at one point in time, it just stopped working for me, so I switched to Allegra. And that's kind of the strength. Claritin's probably the weakest, Allegra's the next, and then Zyrtec's the strongest. Now, downside with Zyrtec, which I haven't ever taken, is you get a little bit more the kind of medicine head feel. So I've kind of avoided that one. Just that's what my doctor told me, is that, you know, out of the 3, that one's got a little bit more noticeable side effects. So I've stuck with Allegra. It seems to work for me. Used to use a local product called Allergy 10 that was produced by High Health. Let's go way back, you know, 23 years ago. They had a formula that had ephedra in it, and they had a formula that didn't have ephedra in it. The formula with ephedra was for everybody that, you know, is normal health and fine and can take the little bit of stimulant. It wasn't a high dose, it was a pretty low dose. Another formula that I used to use back in the day was HAS, hay fever, allergy, and sinus health. That was a Nature's Way product. Same thing, had ephedra in it. Ephedra was a natural decongestant, stimulant, did some other stuff too, right? So High Health had 2 formulas, one with it, one without it. One without it was for anybody that had heart problems. They couldn't, you know, basically chance the increase in the heart rate and the stimulant aspect of it. But that used to do it for me. It's locally sourced bee pollen, so a little bit more, you know, effective here in Arizona. But again, at one point in time, it just got to where that wasn't cutting it for me, so I went to Allegra. Pick it up at Costco. You can get it generic at Sam's Club, Walmart. Generics seem to work just fine. So started getting the sinus thing, so I flushed it with the Nasaline that night, and I took, I'll show you the basically what we keep at the house, right? So some vitamin D, some vitamin A, Echinacea and Goldenseal. We'll come back to this one. And then we always keep oil of oregano. Oregano is like the only natural substance that's known to actually fight fungus, and I believe it also has some antiviral capabilities too. So anytime we're not feeling well, pop 1 or 2 of these. You can take it a couple times a day. Only side effect that you run into is that you might be burping oregano for, you know, a couple hours after you take it. If you take it with food, it doesn't seem to be as bad. And then the zinc lozenge. We'll go ahead and smash one of those right now. So just a lozenge, suck on it, keeps your throat lubricated. If you got that itchy back of your throat and you're trying to, you know, work or do whatever you have to do to get through the day, it's good to have around. So vitamin D, vitamin A, just 2 vitamins that we don't necessarily get enough from our diet. Those both really came to light with COVID, because they were probably 2 of the easiest, least expensive ways to kind of boost your immunity to help fight COVID. D, your body produces naturally from sunlight, you know, from exposure to the sun, and maybe you get some, maybe you don't, but it doesn't hurt to supplement a little. A, you're going to find it in carrots, right? That's the big one, beta carotene, carrots. I believe your sweet potatoes have it too, the orange coloring. And there's some other nutritional, you know, just foods that have it. But again, do you get enough of it in your diet? And then this time of year, does it hurt to add a little bit of it to your regimen just to keep your immune system up? So the Echinacea and Goldenseal. So Echinacea is just an overall just an immune system booster. Take it year round if you want. There's nothing really wrong with taking it. Now, my wife, since I always have this in the house, she thought it was just okay to take. So she was taking this one daily. So Goldenseal is a blood purifier. It's pretty strong stuff. Not recommended to take for extended periods of time. Now, my wife's thought process was, hey, he's got it in the house, it's probably okay for me to take. She didn't ask any questions, she took it. Now, she didn't take it for like a super long time, but, you know, probably for at least 3 or 4 weeks, probably longer than she should take it on a daily basis. But if you're looking to just boost your immune system, go find something that's just Echinacea. If you're sick or you're afraid you're getting sick, Echinacea Goldenseal is going to be a little bit more potent, a little bit stronger. And then, you know, the lozenges, again, you can take zinc as a supplement, you know, by itself. but that's what we keep at the house. You know, so for me, started feeling a little down, sinuses inflamed, so I did the nasaline, flushed out a bunch of gunk. Honestly, I wish I'd videoed it. I mean, it's disgusting, but at the same time, you know, just paint a picture. So did that before I went to bed, took all of this, slept like crap, right? And that's the problem when you're getting sick. You know, I was up all night with congestion, you know, a little bit of a cough, you know, whatever. Wake up in the morning, nasaline, flush the sinuses again, you know, get the stuff out, another bunch of gunk come out. Because what happens is your sinuses get all dried out and irritated, they start getting a little bloody, and if the, you know, basically situation's right for bacteria, boom, it just starts growing and you get a bacterial sinus infection. Now for me, what always happened is I'd have that bacterial sinus infection and I'd fight that off and I'd finally get rid of the sinus infection, and what would happen? All that gunk made it down to my lungs. So now I've got a bronchial infection, right? So instead of being sick for 3 or 4 days with just a sinus infection, I'm sick for like a week. Got lucky, had a good chiropractor that introduced me to the nasaline. His recommendation was liquid potassium iodide. Potassium iodine. Iodine being a, you know, basically a, you know, topical astringent killer of bacteria and germs. Not super easy to find. Like, he had some in his office because he had a company that he worked with and he had their products. I think I found it a few places, but not super easy to come by. And I will warn you, this got a little bit of a burn and sting to it, so just be aware. The warm water with saline, really no issues. I'd recommend iodized salt, just because then again you've got the iodine again. But the other product that I found was alkali. Kind of sounds and looks like alcohol, but it's alkali. This is a specific mixture that's formulated for helping flush the sinuses and kill bacteria. And again, I'll be able to link that in the description, but I didn't bring the bottle out with me. But this is, I mix it with the warm water and the saline, flush the sinuses, right? So I woke up the next morning, felt kind of crummy, not horrible, kind of crummy, didn't sleep well. My wife did set up a humidifier for me. If you have the dry sinus issues, you live in a dry climate, humidifier might help a bit. So flush the sinuses again, hit all my regimen again. So my oil of oregano, my vitamin A, my vitamin D, Echinacea and Goldenseal. So we got out pretty early, and what did you think we ended up doing? We ended up back here in the yard again, right? So we were trying to put down some pavers for the shed we're trying to put up. Not as much dust and crap kicked up, but while we were at Home Depot, we picked up some N95 face masks. So again, if you're going to be doing work outside, you've got allergies, you know you're going to be kicking up dust, wear some protection. It's worth a couple of dollars to protect your health and not end up sick. So made it through the day pretty good. Again, preemptive, flushed my sinuses last night. Took all my vitamin A, vitamin D, Goldenseal, oregano, all that before I went to bed. Woke up, same routine. Flush the sinuses, you know, so I'm going to keep it up, but you know, today I'm getting a little bit of a sore throat. Honestly, I drove around a lot this morning and I did not drink as much water as I should. Got a cup of hot tea in the house too. It's another one that's helpful for the dryness of the throat. But hopefully I saw the signs, caught it quick enough, and nipped it in the bud, and I'm not going to have to worry about actually dealing with being sick, because being sick sucks. Ain't nobody got time for that. If you're looking for something to just boost your immune system, if you're really just trying to avoid getting a cold or flu this winter season, go pick up some vitamin A, vitamin D. They're very inexpensive, very inexpensive. You're talking a couple dollars for a big bottle of them. The Echinacea Goldenseal, again, not expensive. You know, this thing of 75 capsules, I think, is like $9 at Walmart, maybe $9.88. The Echinacea by itself, I think, is a little bit less expensive. Oregano, this bottle, 120, you know, gel caps, I think runs about 40. If you're lucky at Sprouts, you can catch them when they do it like, I think 3 or 4 times a year. I think it's like a quarterly. 25% off health and nutrition items. So if you can catch it while it's on sale, do it that way. They do sell this in a liquid extract. Super strong, you're talking like a couple of drops. You take that orally, it burns a little going down. Now, if you got a sore throat and it burns a little going down, it's probably burning out some of that bad stuff too. We prefer it in capsule form. Hey, to each its own. You do it how you want to do it. And then the zinc lozenges, yeah, a couple bucks, right? Other cough drops are fine. Some of the other stuff, sambucol, which is elderberry, they make cough drops as well. Oh, and I'm dying right now. I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, other cough drops are fine, right? Ludens, Halls. Just be aware that most of those are going to be high in sugar or high in artificial sweeteners. I don't know why they want to make everything taste sweet, because it really doesn't matter, man. I just want the healthful benefits of, basically lubricating my throat. But they do seem to load up with one or the other. Ricola, man. If you grew up in the 90s and 2000s, Ricola. But yeah, so you have those as well. Mixed in a little bit of zinc, some herbs in those. Again, probably more sugar than you really want to have. Bacteria loves sugar. That's what it thrives and strives on. So whether you have a cold, a flu, hydration, lots and lots of fluids is going to be really, really key and important. But bacteria loves sugar. So if you got a bacterial infection, keep that sugar down, keep it away. Viruses, they latch more onto proteins. But again, water helps everything. It's the truth. Yeah, so stock up on some of that stuff if you're looking to just try to boost yourself, get yourself up a little bit for this cold and flu season, and try to avoid getting sick, because again, like I said, it's no time to be sick. We had my wife and I had COVID two Christmases ago, and it was not horrible timing. We had a couple days off before Christmas, but to feel crappy and be down with that nastiness around the holidays is no fun. So one thing, just got this in the mail. I've been wanting to mention it, but I didn't have a copy, right? I think my mom's got my old copy. But the prescription for nutritional healing, I'll talk about it a little bit more. I'll do a specific video, but it's a good one to have at the house. I think I picked it up for 20 bucks on Amazon. It was it was like $25 or $26 with a $5 off coupon. I'll link that down below. But if you're interested in trying to manage your health and different ailments, illnesses, it's an A to Z guide that is 100% natural. This is the 6th edition. I haven't really cracked it open too much, but just reading reviews, because I think that's a good thing to do. One of the first reviews is this 6th edition's got some mentions of prescription drugs, and that was kind of the whole point of this book. It came out originally in 1990, folks. It's been around for a minute. The 6th edition is fairly recent, so one of the people in the comments was super irritated that it had references to prescription drugs, and hey, to each its own. For me, I'll talk about it more in another video, but I think that nutritional wellness and nutritional healing is the way to do it. But if you're interested in trying to find something that'll help you with just day-to-day, whether it's cold, cough, allergies, just about anything you can think of, this book's got information about it. And again, I'll post a follow-up video with a little bit more on it. But hopefully this will help you get through the cold and flu season and keep you healthy and happy. And happy holidays coming up. Happy rest of your Saturday, and have a good rest of your weekend, okay?